Hey, JP Peterson here of the JP Peterson Show. You can listen to me live 10 to 12 every day on YouTube. Love the VooDoo Chef. Eric Youngs, I've known you for 15 years, brother, and I've seen how many lives you have changed. So many kids have gone from no future to having a great future in the culinary arts. What you do is priceless, and it helps our community, and it helps those kids. You're a giver, and I love you, brother, and we'll see you soon.
Hey y'all, Bubba here at Wicked Oak Barbecue in Tampa, Florida. As most of you know, we love helping out and giving back to the community. We do a lot with a bunch of different foundations, but one we worked really close with the last couple years is our buddy Eric Young over at the VooDoo Chef Foundation. You know, at first when we first met Eric, I was like, oh, I don't know about this guy. I thought it was all about the Jack Daniels and stuff, but man, this guy does a lot for the community and plays a huge role in the up-and-coming chefs all throughout the Tampa Bay area. This guy loves what he does, and you can see it in his work. Be sure to come check us out over in Seminole Heights at our brick and mortar, or if you're at one of the games or events down at Emily Arena, we are inside Emily Arena now. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or our TikTok.
What's going on, Voodies? We've got a great podcast scheduled for today. JP Peterson, Tampa Bay sports announcing icon, coming in. We're going to talk all things sports. And, if you're one of those Monday morning quarterbacks, yes, I know today's Tuesday, but if you're one of those Monday morning quarterbacks that likes to jump on the bandwagon, Friday comes and you're all hyped about the game. Saturday rolls around and you're like, we got this. Sunday comes and things happen. And then on Monday morning, you're that guy. Oh, I knew it all along. I knew it was going to happen. I was never a fan. I could see it. You know what? Man, get some gumption. Get some facts. Get to be a badass and believe in what you say. And be like my man JP.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Voodies, we're getting the business out of the way. We got to talk VooDoo Chef Foundation and bring you up to speed on all upcoming events before we get into the business of the podcast. You know how it works. First and foremost, this Saturday, not too far away, we are going to be cruising down the streets of Bayshore on our big-ass pirate ship float, celebrating all the cooks, chefs, teachers, educators, most importantly, culinary students from across the state of Florida, and showcasing some students that are doing amazing things. If you can't make it to Bayshore Boulevard, make sure you tune in on TV, stream it, watch it, follow us. Look for us doing some live streams before the event, during the event. Make sure you hit those share buttons. Share it out to everybody. We want all of these students to be seen and recognized. Not to mention, if I forgot, click that share button right now. Get all your buddies here. Let them know where you're at on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. And that's right here at the VooDoo Chef Podcast. And we appreciate you being here. If you didn't catch it last week, oh man, I'm almost afraid to say it out loud. That big-ass pirate ship in the VooDoo Chef Foundation will be cruising down Bayshore Boulevard all the way up into downtown once again for the 2023 Gasparilla Parade of Pirates. Guys, this is going to be monstrous. We are powered by our energy partner. More importantly, the Gasparilla Parade of Pirates energy partner, Monster Energy. Guys, this is going to be insane. You're going to take that badass VooDoo float, and it's going to look like somebody threw up green all over it. Make sure you check us out. Again, stream it, add us, slash us, tag us, share it, do whatever it is. But create that awareness. Let everybody know that you follow VooDoo, the VooDoo Chef Foundation, and you support all the things good that we do for our community. And, of course, that is support the community through food and education. Highlight, click, scan that QR code right there. Donate directly to the foundation. That's what all this is about. And here's why we do it.
Hey guys, I just wanted to tap in real quick and talk to you about the VooDoo Foundation and what it's done for me. My junior year, I started with the foundation in my first competition where I created a quesadilla taco with my partner. It was absolutely amazing. Through that competition, I got to meet a lot of new judges, new people, and open my eyes about what I wanted to do in this industry. My second competition was in my senior year where I once again created another dish, talked to some more people, and learned some new things. Right now, I'm working with the foundation and furthering my skills, and it's really helping me improve. So I'll check in with you guys later. If you want to learn more or help donate so you can get other people to start doing what I'm doing, go ahead and click this QR code right here and it'll give you all the information you need.
Patty Arts, what's going on? Nick Nack, how you living, man?
I am doing well. How are you, sir?
Dude, it is a great day. You know, I love the new vibe of the studio. I can't wait till that side matches. And it's a beautiful day. God, the weather outside is absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's been great. Oh, yeah. I had windows open this afternoon when I got home from work. It was perfect. Just went on the Traeger tonight. Got some stuff thrown on there for dinner.
Groovy, man. Groovy. You know, if Ed was here, he'd be asking if you sit down when you pee. That grill, but I got one too. Dude, it's been a crazy week, and you know, we're back at work, and it's like oh my God, we had this 2 weeks off, so restful, dude. I am so overloaded. We got parade, we've got podcast, streamcast, 512 streamcast. It is going to be an insane couple of weeks.
And don't forget Patreon too.
Oh my God, Patreon! You know, speaking of Patreon, you saw this earlier. So we've been. If you don't know what Patreon is the site. We're getting ready to start doing some live cooking. I don't want to say classes, maybe cook-alongs, maybe date night cooks. However you want to handle it. We used to do VooDoo's Unite. Just, you know, rando, I'd go out and I'd cook and you'd pretty much watch me cook my dinner, which was normally hamburgers, because that's what I like to eat. But with Patreon, we're going way back to that center of the plate. I don't want to say refined because, you know, we're not breaking out the as Carlos says the forceps or anything like that. But you know, we're going back to make the classics. We'll kick them up a little bit. We'll put our twist on them. And in this month, we're featuring VooDoo Chef Red, and we're making everything with VooDoo Red. And one of my girls' favorite dishes that I make with the VooDoo Red is our flan. So we filmed the total recipe of how to make the flan, and we're putting that out to our Patreon. So this picture is missing the pig candy, which we will be making live next Tuesday night instead of the podcast. Yep. So all of you guys are going to be trying to come into the podcast. We're not going to be here. We will be running the Patreon class, Cooking Live. We will be taking this flan, showing you how to make the pig candy to dip inside. And if you notice, the caramel's on top. I don't put it down on the bottom. And I think I got to tell you, I think that's so that I could have the easeability of preparation and service for dinner parties and caterings and such. And so now you guys get to watch me eat this. And while I eat this, we got a lot of people checking in. Mark, what's going on? Yeah, I did drink all the 512, Mark. I know. I think you gave me at least a case, maybe a case and a half. It's all gone. And true story. We got Sean in. We've got Twisted in the room. Cowboy checking in. Here he comes. Sit back, relax, grab a big cold one. You see what's happening, my man.
You to say.
I know, right? Eddie C, how you living, buddy?
Only tall cold one. And I went to try to get into my email link, and it was one of those Iggy's where you click on it, but the screen hasn't finished loading. So I thought I clicked on VooDoo, and instead I got a fucking ad from Crate and Barrel. So that set me back by at least 5 minutes. What a load of shit.
Buy anything good?
What's that?
Did you buy anything good?
Get the fuck out of here. I haven't been to Crate and Barrel in years. I did go once. I got a Belgian beer glass. That was it.
You're
The
right.
salesperson was hitting on me.
Oh my God. I'm like, I got to be honest. I'm not even paying attention. Holy moly.
Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either if I had dessert.
You know, I was going to meet up with you guys today and bring you some flan so you could taste it on air too. I don't know what happened. I think I ate all the flan. Oh.
You ate
And
it.
I'd love to
You're
tell
like
you
your
that.
own best dealer, man.
Right? I mean, the only reason I have a macaron dealer is because I really don't like, you got to be too specific with baking. I'm not into all that.
Yep. Baking's a science.
Hey, Ed, you missed the part where Patrick said he was out on his Traeger.
Oh. Gosh. What I get for
I got
clicking on Crate and Barrel?
What
You gotta stop.
While you're at Crate and Barrel buying some new some hand-woven placemats for your next dinner party, Patrick was refreshing his pellets.
Nice.
Oh my God. I don't know what's better. You know, I make a cream cheese flan, and it's borderline. I mean, you might as well. It's so fucking cheesecakey. It's not even funny. But
Yeah.
goddamn, that caramel
My
sauce.
wife makes that. So.
Dude, that caramel sauce. I'll have to give Gina the caramel sauce recipe for you, dude. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
And guys, if you're interested, go over to patreon.com/VooDoo Chef. My sister checking in saying it's delicious. Christine, there's some in the refrigerator. You're allocated one because I still have some more photos I have to take.
Hi, Christine. Favorite video vixen.
That's funny, dude. Maybe no, I wouldn't do it. I was gonna say maybe we'll do it. I won't do it to you. I can't. I won't. And Christine's saying, "Hey there, Big Eddie C." Oh my God, so much going on. We got the children's parade this weekend, and we're going down. We're actually getting the float ready on Thursday. Normally, that's a Friday job, and it's real cool. You know, when we used to have the crew, and COVID just kind of did a number on that, and that's non-existent anymore. But that was a different animal than what we do now. We're very fortunate enough to have people support the VooDoo Chef Foundation and support our desire to celebrate students from across the state. And hey, Sean, log on to VooDooChef.com right now and fucking click on the link to nominate your kid to be on the goddamn float. I don't want to be going down the parade route and looking at you going, "Hey, Big Eddie C, I'm over here," fangirling out to Big Eddie C like you're going to do. Just log on and nominate your kid to be on the float, and I'll have our people reach out and get your ass on the fucking float, dude. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's that easy. It
People say,
really
"Did
is.
you see me?" Yeah, amongst a 500,000 people, my eyesight's that good.
Exactly. I saw you. You didn't see me? Christine's even putting the link up there for you, Sean.
Yeah.
How cool. But absolutely, you come out, you get to hang out on the float.
Nice.
We're going to be celebrating culinary students and all things that are culinary. Sean, even though you made that kale the other day and started talking about some stuff called spinach, we'll still let you come participate.
Yeah, we'll allow that. We just don't allow meat past what? What's our temperature?
135.
Oh,
Which one of us is freezing up? So this year we did this last year, and we're doing it again this year. I do got to tell you, last year we were float number 13. How freaking awesome was that? We were up by all the dignitaries. Most importantly, we got the parade started and got done right away. Mm-hmm. This year, I think for the children's parade, we are float number 90. Yeah. And what that means is when the parade starts at 4 o'clock, our float won't even start moving. We won't move for at least 30 minutes. So 30 to 45 minutes after the parade started, our float will start to go and we'll start moving. But that's okay on our float. We've got a makeup artist going to be doing all our kids' faces and spiders in makeup. We got live music going to be happening with Kitchen Killer, Billy Floyd. I may be sitting in with him. It may be part of the deal. We're going to have some snacks out there, and it's just going to be a really, really good time. Mm-hmm. The kids always love it, and you should come out and cheer on VooDoo. If you can't make it, go back to the pods, go backwards in the podcast, scan that QR code, make a donation so we can get Sean on the float. Sean, just sign up on the fucking website, dude. Patrick, you're my favorite art. My favorite arts absolutely loved it last year, did you not?
Oh, he did. His first Gasparilla. My first one actually going out there for the children's Gasparilla, at least. It was a great time. He loved standing out there and waving at everybody, throwing all those cookies at people, and just taking handfuls and chucking them over. It was great.
We don't have any cookies this year, but it's going to be a good time, regardless. Or as my buddy Bill, you say, irregardless, Big Daddy.
What are we throwing this year? Croutons?
Ken, salad dressing packets and croutons. Absolutely right. Big Eddie, see, we're not proud. We'll throw
over the balustrade of Bayshore, get some seaweed, make a salad.
We're sponsored by the Columbia Restaurant Group. We'll be throwing iceberg lettuce, citrus vinaigrette, sliced ham, sliced Swiss cheese, some olives, and tomatoes.
Oh yeah, great tomatoes.
Cuban bread croutons. We're going all the way back to 1905 there for you. Gotta love Richard Gonsmart. And then Monday we're taking Sunday off, and hey, just a little softball. We may or may not have an event on Friday night. Keep checking the VooDoo Chef Facebook page, and you might be able to come out and actually hang out with us on Friday night, because we're doing the float setup on Thursday, because there's a very slight possibility that we may be doing something on Friday night with our good pal Billy Floyd from the Kitchen Killers. We may be doing a live stream with him, just hanging out, having a blast. I would tell you that's about 98% solid. Keep a lookout so you can get that location, come out and play with us. Then we do the parade. Then we take Sunday off. Monday, we've got to turn around and get the float ready for Parade of Pirates the next Saturday. And guys, I got to tell you, the people from Monster Energy stepped up. We are going to party. Unfortunately, this is definitely by invite only. We will have a lot of the Monster dignitaries, a lot of the Coca-Cola dignitaries, and of course, some of the VooDoo Chef dignitaries out there. Absolutely partying like rock stars. Oops. Partying like monsters. All the way down that parade route in through downtown. So make sure you're out there. Make sure you're supporting us. It is going to be an absolute glorious, glorious day. Not that I'm going to conduct Big Eddie C. Isn't it always just an amazing day when we get together and hang out?
Absolutely. And the weather's usually been good in the last while. I think maybe like the very first one we did, it was cold as shit and rainy, but after that, it was like, it's just been perfect days, man. You can't find anything wrong with the day, not on any angle.
Nothing. I can find something wrong. I have received so many flippin' texts to say, hey, can we come be on your float? No, you can't. And by the way, who the fuck are you? How did you get my name? And why the fuck are you texting me? How about you make a big ass, fat ass fucking donation to our fucking foundation and then say, hey, why don't you have us out to play with you? Because maybe then we'll go, hey, come on down.
Yeah, jump up a little higher on the list.
I may or may not be responding to somebody passing out one of those fuck you for frees from last week. No, you can't be on our float, but you can wave at us as we go by.
Yeah.
Sean, read your phone, dude. Oh, no, I wasn't fuck you to him. Oh, my God. Just too fun. I'm trying so hard not to talk about yesterday because we're going to get JP Peterson in here, sportscaster extraordinaire, to talk about all this shit. But holy cow. I'll go Harry Carey on that bitch. Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Oh, just who's dingling and somebody's on fire tonight. That's not me tonight.
Dude, that's mine. I turned the wrong fucking ringer down. I gotta.
No, don't you dare, dude. You're educating the youth of America right there. That's what that is.
No, that ain't somebody texting me for that. we're not in the witching hour, man, where wins become losses and losses become wins. That shit starts in May when people are like, please, I need to do this at home. No, you had 9 months to.
Your name's not Michael.
Oh, I ran into him the other day. He was being, I love him, but he was being his useless self. He was like, I was in the back watching TikTok before my shift started.
Oh, you were over at Wicked?
Yeah, I was, I run out that way for something else, and I had to pick up food on the way back because I was going to work. And I thought, well, shit, I'm going right by there. I mean, because otherwise I would have spent bad money on bad food. I would have ended up stopping somewhere to get like some fucking rando sando and regretted it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't regret anything I got there. It was fucking delicious.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get that day? Did you get the Tampa 2?
No, I got 2 meat platter. I got some sausage and brisket. It was glorious.
Oh my God. Carl Miller, God bless him, one of the first VooDoo ambassadors. He posted a picture of a brisket the other day. Mm-hmm. And I mean, You see those guys pick their brisket up and squeeze it to make it weep that juice.
Oh, you're wasting it.
Carl's was sitting on the table, no pushy, no nothing. And it was just coming out. And I was like, I mean, I had that same thing coming out of my eye because I was like, oh my God. I was like that fucking Indian that was really an Italian in the commercial watching the fucking litter. And I was like,
all
dude,
this
this
shit on
thing's
the side
so
of the road.
wasted on the cutting board. Get it to my fucking house. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Eddie, see, what were we talking about the other day when I was when I made the Bill Murray reference? What we were talking about some low life degeneratives. I was living a shit ass day.
Oh no.
I was Bill Murray from both Groundhog's Day and Quick Change because I lived the same thing over and over again. And what that is, it's trying to keep Gina Davis feeling like a superstar the whole time. You're trying to not tell Randy Quaid how fucking stupid he is. And you just got to fight that battle all goddamn day over and over and over again. It's like you turn around and you go, oh, again, I can play. At what point do you just become Bill Murray in the zombie movie when you want to fucking pretend to be the zombie and just take a fucking bat to everybody?
That's my pretty much a Randy Quaid quote anyway. Shitter was full.
That's gonna have to be my response to everybody. Hey, hey, shitter was full, man.
Describes a lot, man.
As they walk up, just do the Disney World, not Disney World, the guy at SeaWorld, the mime who just shows you to your seat, and he's just like, and he just walks out the other side of the arena. Oh, fuck, dude. I heard some great quotes today. I can't say them on air, though. I'll have to tell you about them later from my Plant City barbecue guy.
Uh-oh.
Some great quotes, dude. Great quotes. Hey, speaking of things that are great, there's nothing I value more than y'all's opinion. All right, without talking too much sports, now that there's really not too much in, Tampa Bay area going on, do we continue to watch the playoffs or are we switching to the NBA?
Definitely playoffs. I mean, maybe I'm speaking from experience here. My team hasn't been in the playoffs in over 10 fucking years. So, I'd say for me, the NFL season's not over yet. I mean,
are the Jets in the playoffs?
Of course not. No. Why would they be?
No.
1 year it'll happen. I just don't know when. I mean, it's been over 10 years since we've made the playoffs.
Twisted's checking in saying he's switching to the NHL. We'll just go ahead and open it up to everything. NFL playoffs or turn the channel to any other sport other than soccer, FIFA, because I don't even know that that's a sport. That's just fucking running around, and why do that?
Yeah, that's... Keep that shit.
Hey, JoJo, how you doing, baby? It's good to see you.
The best part about soccer is watching somebody get hit in the face with the ball.
Dude, that was classic. You have got to show that video.
Yeah.
Can we show that video?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Ed, I don't know if you're privy. I'm watching, just fucking flipping, like everybody else, wing, wing, wing. And all of a sudden, there's my favorite arts on the screen.
Oh, that's right. Favorite arts got sculled by the soccer ball.
Yeah, guess who was kicking the fucking soccer ball?
Don't tell me it's fucking... Dude, how could you do that to your crotch fruit, man?
I mean, I wasn't aiming for his face. He just put his face in front of the ball. He moved toward it.
He's that good a goalie, man. He just said,
You gotta learn somehow.
I mean, I'm trying to pull it up here. Let me see if I can. Let me see.
My favorite arts gave what happened there. He goes, oh, man, you think you can score? Watch this. He just put his whole face right into it.
He definitely did. Let me see here. Let me
share I don't know if you noticed once it hit him in the face. I know, right, Sean Only Carmack can come up with those sayings. So as he's filming like this, as soon as it hits him in the face, the camera goes away, right? Because not only is Patrick kicking the ball, he's fucking filming too.
Yeah, and then a slight bit of concern came to, all right, is he going to cry or is he just going to laugh it off and keep playing? And he laughed it off and kept playing.
Oh, my hero. Here we go. Check this out.
All right, here it is.
All right, so we're over at Ed Radis. I don't know why you're so far away from home, and I don't know what that phallic symbol is up on the left. But boom! Look at that, dude. That is just. And he has that, which way am I going with this? Am I gonna try or am I gonna just follow through?
Yeah,
dude, that's classic. That is absolutely awesome.
Beautiful weather, perfect time for that. Not to get hit with it,
I don't know how I lost you on that, Big Eddie C. Took it like a champ. Don Hill checking in. Greetings, SDHC employees and friends. I'm in the sports book in Biloxi. All sports, home playoffs. I don't know what home playoff means, but Don, who are you? Don, before we're going to bring JP Peterson in here, but let's throw our predictions up there, Voodies. Who is going to go to the Super Bowl now that we're down to the what are you at? Final 8 right now?
I believe so, yeah.
So I was talking with IFA earlier. It's really funny, his closest NFL team is by mileage is Minnesota. By way of the heart is San Francisco because Brock Purdy was an Iowa State guy, and that's where my brother lives. He pulled a Goonies on me the other day, today. He goes, I know Brock Purdy. And I'm like, no, you don't. He goes, okay, but I know his sister. I'm like, dude, you're such a fucking idiot. Mouth from the Goonies. So we got Sean saying that it's going to be the 49ers. Don, I'd love to hear what you say. Big Eddie C still going Buccaneers, but that's SOP for Big Eddie C on the podcast. Patrick, what are you saying?
So I'm actually, I think it's going to be Eagles and Kansas City.
Oh, man.
I think the Eagles are going to knock out the 49ers.
I don't want it to be the Eagles because then I got to hear from fucking Tyrell. And I haven't heard from Tyrell in a hot minute, but he'll call me up just to tell me that they're fucking in the Super Bowl. Don saying Chiefs and Bills, Big Eddie C?
Well, Chiefs and Bills can't both go to the Super Bowl because they're in conference. Chiefs and 49ers, I think.
Yeah, I really
Niners,
would like to. Go ahead.
By now, the Niners shouldn't be where they are because they're on their third quarter. And right now, it's the guy that was Mr. Irrelevant in the last draft, but it just doesn't seem to matter. Like, he runs that fucking offense as well as the other two did, if not maybe even a little better. So the Eagles, now they weren't real impressive last half of the season. A lot of close wins. Were dropping bombs on everyone. And, out of the Chiefs and the Bills and the Bengals, somebody's got to go home. The Chiefs look like they're finding those ways to win, man. That's just what I see. I could be really, really wrong because, it only takes one or two plays for shit to go sideways. So,
all right. So Ed, final winner, is it the Chiefs?
Chiefs, yeah.
Patrick.
Final winner, Chiefs, yes.
Don, I see you out there. You're playing along. Who's your final winner? Sean, I'm guessing you're saying 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go with Sean. I'm going to say the Niners. I want the Bengals to win so badly. I just think that Burrow guy is such a badass, the way he just goes in the locker room and in true Louisiana fashion just fires up a fucking stogie right there in the locker room. I just think that's so cool. It's that whole I don't give a fuck attitude. George wants Dallas to make it, which means he's one step closer to being banned from the podcast for life. Chiefs, the 49ers Cinderella quarterback will break the glass slipper. All right. So if anybody else wants to chime in, we'll get these. And what we'll do is we'll see what JP Peterson has to say when he chimes in. I can give you guys a little bit of a hint. He's not a Buccaneer fan, and he was pretty adamant that he was going to have some things to say about the Bucs and their operation. So I cannot wait to hear that. That's going to be fun. I just my favorite part of the Bucs and the Buccaneer game, quite honestly, had nothing to do because it took place 3-4 years ago, and that's eating in the press box with my boss, Big Eddie C, because we didn't do a damn thing like we were supposed to set up the field for game day. George, I don't care if you were born in Texas. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, if that's the case, root for the fucking Texans. They need your help.
They need everybody's help. What's up with our boy Lovey out there, man? I'll never forget. The Bucs lose, and we've got, as you called them, the Goober crew coming off the sidelines, and they're fucking in tears, man. They're like, oh, like somebody, like their wife cheated on them. That's how they took the losses, right? And then, we're walking back, just wondering what our next fucking food consumption is going to be. Wondering who's feeding the visiting team so we can eat that before we leave. And we walk back after the loss, and there's Lovey Smith playing with his fucking grandkids like nothing happened.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this is your fucking job. And it's not, now, I don't know what kind of coach he is or isn't. You watch the players coming out of the stadium yesterday. They were, hey, work's over. We're punching the time card and going home. The sheepdog in the Bugs Bunny cartoon. But, like, the game just ended. You walk off of the field, and I don't know, man. That's not the coach I want to see sitting outside the locker room immediately when we're coming off the field playing with his family. What do you think
I
about?
want to see somebody pissed, disgusted, and blown out.
Yeah, like our current coach. He has such a. I mean, his emotions are off the radar. I mean, he is fucking so hot-headed. I'd hate to be in the locker room with him. He might like pass me a Kleenex or something.
Shit. Don't get me started on that fool.
Oh man, I can't tell you. I thought snowflakes were only a term used in politics. Fucking Sean Fleener says Gruden lost his shit.
Oh yeah, he'd have turned as red as that fucking banner that my name's in right now on the screen.
He would have Bill Workman. He would have gone full red rage.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of red rage right there.
Oh my God, we got to have a Bill Workman podcast, dude.
Straight up Ginger Ninja, man. Shit, yeah.
There's another one, Sean. Make note of that one. You just start keeping the dictionary of Edisms here.
Oh God.
Hey, speaking of Edisms, I'm going to throw this out right now. The week of, I think it's April 15, Tax Day. We are planning the Big Eddie C Drunken Spelling Bee. And if you want to get in on that, make sure you're starting to make note and get ready to sign up. Ed claims that he will beat, and I've seen it, anybody in a spelling bee, and he will be drinking the entire time. I think my favorite part of the Big Eddie C Drunken Spelling Bee, Ed, you talk a lot of shit, but when you start drinking for the spelling bee and you start dancing and shit talking, it's actually pretty humorous. I remember Kim Madison, another one of our educators, was like, "What is wrong with Ed?" I mean, you were all into it, homie.
I was having fun.
And we do it right here. We do it right here on the podcast usually. we are trying to do this live so that we can get everybody live in the same room. And I actually reached out to a Hillsborough County educator last night. She popped into one of my live streams, and I was like, I need you to run the spelling bee for us. So if she comes in and runs a spelling bee, I mean, this is going to be, right up there with ESPN. I'm just saying. We might have people at ABC might be calling and asking us for rights. If Cosell was alive, he would be fucking commentating this shit. That's how big it is. That's how big it's going to be, Eddie. See,
I'm excited.
it's like one of those memes. How I envision it, how it really is. It's really going to be. All right, Workman. We need somebody to go against Ed. Come in and play, and it's going to be you and Workman. We got Liz Ann Ippolito checking in. Patrick shaved his head. Patrick, question. Patrick, shaved head?
Uh-huh.
Only ever seen you with a hat?
No, I mean, I just shaved it maybe 10 minutes before the podcast started tonight. It's time. I needed to be cut.
You didn't have enough time to go all the way around. So spa day. What is wrong with Ed? Loaded question. What is wrong with Ed? You're right. Loaded question there, buddy. Patrick had a spa day before he came in. My kiddo actually looked at me and goes, Poppy, we need to do something. I go, okay, what are we going to do? Gave me a full-on facial. I was like, this could be a weekly thing right here. It's pretty badass. Yeah. I'm just saying, guys, if you haven't tried it, don't knock it. Don't we have a cosmetology program, man? We could really
Pretty sure we do.
Oh man, I might have to be all over that.
Pretty sure it's pretty close to our room.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna walk away right now. I'm just gonna tap out, walk away. Gonna walk away. Patrick, God made a few perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair. I'm not even gonna respond to that one there, Mr. Sean Fleeman.
Family show.
You may have just lost your spot on the float, dude.
Yeah. We're gonna give it away to that transient I saw this morning on Kennedy and Dale Mabry.
Oh man, fucking! I gotta tell you, I cannot wait for this weekend. It's gonna be amazing. Patrick, we might as well throw this out here. We're talking about the games. Patrick has been working on a right. That's hysterical. Patrick has been working on a. I don't even know what it's called. Patrick, you tell him. I don't know what the fuck it's called. All I know is the stuff's going. It benefits the foundation.
Okay. I was trying to get on the same page for a minute. So what am I working on?
Square shit. I don't know.
Well, you're talking about games. I'm like, what the hell? What game? Trivia?
Trivia already?
So I am working on some Super Bowl squares for upcoming big game here. Hopefully we're gonna get out here in the next couple days. I gotta sit down with Eric here tomorrow and finalize some details. But we're looking at $20 a square. We have 100 squares available. So essentially, the way it's going to work, at the end of every quarter, whoever has the winning box based on the points for the two teams is going to win $250. And then the remaining money is going to go to the foundation itself.
And we're gonna correct me when I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Names will be randomly placed in the squares. Mm-hmm. And then we will randomly assign the numbers across the top, 0 through 9, and then down the side, 0 through 9. At the end of the first quarter, you take the score. If it's a double digit, you take the last numbers. You take the home team, the away team. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Whoever has that square wins $250. Now, we do that every quarter. I actually was going to send Patrick an email and say, but do we do it for the winner of the game? Well, yeah, idiot. That would be the fourth quarter. I caught myself. I'll see myself out, right, Ed?
That's right.
So we did the ESPN fantasy football thing, and I'm just gonna say I fucking kicked ass. I kicked ass. Not really. Not
Oh, I
really.
mean, you did better than we all expected, I think.
Yeah, I think I won 4 games, is what I was told.
I mean, yeah, you didn't come in last place, so I mean that should be a win in your column.
True, true. Because I had no clue what I was doing. If you were watching us at the draft, all I did was pick Buccaneers, and I got mad when someone took number 13. I was whatever. And Patrick actually ended up winning. Here's where Patrick gets mad. None of the VooDoo team will play this time because we don't want people thinking that we're swerving the rules or doing anything funky. Fantasy football was not for the foundation. It was for grins and giggles, just a bunch of guys getting together, playing fantasy football, which I had no clue what I was doing. But for this one here, we'll stay clear so nobody thinks there's anything funky or going on. So get ready to get in. There's only 100 squares, and we need to fill them all up. Decide how many you want. Make sure you tell your friends. And remember, the remainder is going to support the foundation, which is going to allow us to help some more kids. We're lined up. I think we have we're committed to $100,000 in culinary scholarship. We have a couple full scholarships we're going to be giving away. It's going to be a great year. So, get ready, start figuring it out. We're going to pick them live. We're going to put all the placements here live, right?
Yes, we will.
Yeah, that'll be super cool. Did you lock up or did I lock up?
I didn't sound like you locked up at all.
Well, you look like an amazing ventriloquist there because I didn't see your lips move. All right, so we're just a couple clicks away from JP Peterson checking in. Get your questions ready. I'm going to tell you, JP is just a straightforward guy. He will tell it like it is. He will not pull any punches. Get him ready because he's coming. We'll be back in just a couple seconds.
Hi y'all, it's Dave from Bearded Monkey's Twisted Q. I'm up here at Whiskey Bent Barbecue Supply picking up some of my favorite VooDoo Chef seasoning. Get you some zing, you can't beat it.
Hi everyone, I'm Serena Fazan of the Serena Fazan Network, proudly shown on RHS TV. My flagship show, On the Record. And On the Record, I'm such a huge fan of the VooDoo Chef, Eric Young. Eric Young, thank you so much for my gifts, but let me tell you, you are the gift. Thank you for everything you do for the community, and On the Record, we want you back on the show.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Miss Ruby Red Monroe, all the way from San Francisco, California. Don't forget, you should check out some VooDoo Chef Dirt. See, I can be a spokesmodel. VooDoo Chef Dirt is an amazing product. I use it all the time in my kitchen, but also the fun fact about this product is that a portion of the proceeds go to culinary scholarships, which is really amazing. So if you can, go out, check us out online, VooDoo Chef. Find it at a store near you. Mwah. See you soon. Bye.
Sean, I gotta ask, what year did you graduate Chamberlain? Did you know Ruby? Sean, are you out there still? Serious question. Did you know Ruby? Sean has left the building, but that's okay. Also, guys, exactly. Uh, we had a lot of testimonials there about the foundation. We really can't do what we do without you guys. So jump in, help us out, and get ready to rock and roll. The God, big stuff, big stuff, big stuff. Everybody out there, we're gonna put an invite out now to everybody. I know we got a lot of people wanting to participate in the Gasparilla Parade of Pirates, and like I said, unfortunately, that is a closed event. We can't open that up. Monster and Coca-Cola have us pretty locked up with that. However, on the Friday night before the parade, if you know anything about Gasparilla and you're a fan, and all of the floats are pretty much stored at just a couple locations around Tampa Bay. One of those locations is out by the Hard Rock Hotel. That's where our float is stored. And on the Friday night before the Gasparilla Parade, that is the 27th, I believe, we are going to be having a party at the float. So you guys are in the know. You're hearing it right here. Come out to the float. Come out and party with us. The gates will be open. It is on Shadow Lawn at the Steps Towing Facility. Come find the VooDoo Chef float. We'll drop some pins if needed so you can find us. We are going to be broadcasting live a special VooDoo Chef podcast that day, a nice little live stream. And also, Billy Floyd, Kitchen Killer, will be doing the Kitchen Killers podcast live from the VooDoo Chef Monster Energy float. And it's going to be a nice party. We're going to be playing. Billy will be playing live. I'll be sitting in with Billy playing a couple songs. We're just going to have a good time. Spider. Now, when I say Spider's cooking, don't everybody come out there and go, yo, Spider, where's mine? We're cooking live for the Kitchen Killers podcast. Spider will be cooking his famous VooDoo shrimp, and he will be cooking that to be tasted live on air for the Kitchen Killers podcast. Shay is coming out with some macarons. You can place your orders with Shay at Shay Sweets. If you'd like her to bring out some macarons for you that day, I'm going to tell you, you're going to say, Shay's macarons, man, I don't know. They're kind of expensive. They're kind of that fucking good.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't tell you how good they are. They're that fucking good. Get online, find out what she's making that week, bring them out. I will tell you, I believe for the live stream, she's making me a bourbon macaron. She's making me a cosmopolitan macaron, and she is making me a tequila sunrise macaron. So she is bringing my three favorite friends to the party: Jack, Tito, and Austin. And if you don't know who Austin is, that's 512. Get with the game. So don't miss out. Jump on the bus. Have her make you some of those, and support her. She's amazing, and she just makes amazing macarons. And then I will be cooking that night also. I have no clue what I'm making. I was scheduled to make shrimp, but then Spider jumped on board and said, I want to make my shrimp. I'm like, all right, I'll change what I'm doing. No worries. I have no clue. Maybe I'll do chicken. Patrick and I are going to be doing chicken and waffles on a live on RHS TV here real soon. So if you don't have RHS TV, log in and get that set up right now too. So you can see that. We'll be doing a segment that we're going to call VooDoo Like You Do, and we'll be doing chicken and waffles on the very first one. And, looks like that might be a recurring segment with them, so that'll be pretty cool. JP is he's just a couple minutes out. He's still doing a stream with Spectrum, and then he's jumping right off of that, coming on to us. Get your questions ready. If you want to come out to that float party, hit us up. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Sean, you graduated in 2002. I think I don't. No, Clayton graduated in 2008, 9, somewhere around there. And I say Clayton and Ruby, same name, hand in hand. Just an amazing, amazing guy. Have we had him on the podcast? Have we had Ruby on the podcast, Ed?
Yeah, we did.
Was it Ruby, or did we have Ruby, or did we have Clayton?
It was Ruby.
I think it's right, because I think he was pissed because he had to. He says it takes him like an hour to get ready, and
Holy shit!
So took him an hour to get ready so we could have Ruby on the podcast, and then all we did was talk about old times, which had nothing to do with Ruby. But Ruby's amazing. I wish we could fly her in for an event, maybe VooDoo Bash, and VooDoo Bash is shaping up already. So you can buy tickets for that already. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Cool. Where's the link? Put it up.
Don't look at me like I'm actually trying to find a link. I'm trying to change the banner because it's almost time. As soon as I get the thumbs up that the Spectrum cast is over, we'll be ready to rock and roll. And we'll get my man in here. JP and I actually go back quite some time. Ed, you might know better than I. Jarvis Henderson time frame. I don't know what year that was because everybody graduated the same year in my brain. But Jarvis Henderson was a young man, played football, and one of those guys that we just kind of helped along the way. And he had a speech impediment. He stuttered, and didn't happen all the time. But when he got nervous, man, it was hard. And a buddy of mine, Drew McLeod, was working for the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association, and he was doing everything he could to help promote everything that goes on within our industry and just make things amazing. And he was tasked out with working with the high school programs. So he created this foundation with the this event with the Rays called Shirts Off Our Back. And you could bid on one of the players' jerseys, and at the end of the game, they took it off and they gave it to you. And all of those funds actually came to support the Restaurant Association. Then in turn, the Ed Foundation and our students. So he had to create all this multimedia shit. And at that time, him and JP Peterson, good buddies. And so JP was running a production company. And this is where I officially made JP Peterson. Now, I'd seen him on the news. I'd seen him all around. I'm like, that motherfucker's coming here to film? Fuck yeah. I mean, we were big time, right? JP comes in, and he's just like fucking salt of the earth. And he's filming. And lo and behold, we start working with Jarvis. And Jarvis goes from, the guy who, the back of the room, the quiet kid, the neighborhood kid. Next thing you know, this motherfucker's on the Jumbotron at the fucking Rays game talking about how Pro Start impacted his life and made a change. And, JP did all those films and got him out there. And JP and I have been in contact ever since. And he is a fucking rock star. And he supports everything VooDoo. I mean, we ask him to do something, and he's like, fuck yeah. And you know what? Fuck yeah. He's here right now. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, boys? I'm on the
JP, take that phone and go like that. So we get a full view of you. I know you wanted to show us those guitars.
Booyah.
Yeah. Oh, you got the guitar. Yeah, there you go.
Look at that. I got to get you over here to VooDoo Studios. Look at those.
One of those is signed by the greatest songwriter of my daughter's generation.
Paul Stanley? Joe
Taylor
Jonas?
Swift.
Dude, I'd be selling
I got
that
her.
shit.
I got her a Taylor Swift signed guitar for Christmas one year. I think she was probably like 9 years old, and I was like, she was over the moon. And I said to myself, you know what? I kind of effed up here. Oh, I guess I didn't say fuck on your podcast. I kind of fucked up here because I can't top this the rest of her life. That's it. There's not going to be anything better unless I bring Taylor to the house. I got nothing better.
Dude, that ranks up there with the time I got my kid Miley Cyrus tickets, right?
Yes.
But I got them for face value, and then I had heard that they were selling for like $2,000 fucking dollars. Had I known that, I would have sold the fucking shit, man.
Well, here I am. I'm sitting on 4 Taylor Swift tickets to the upcoming, and I give it to my daughter for Christmas, and she's like, "Yes, yeah, awesome! I can't wait to go." And I'm like, "Well, if you don't want to go," and then she says, "Well, my mom's taking me on Thursday, and I got tickets for Friday." So I said, "Well, if you don't want to go, I'll be happy to sell them. I'll be happy to sell them." Yeah,
Profit industry.
I would lose those tickets, JP. I don't know. I don't know what happened to them.
Well, you're going Thursday. You don't need to go Friday, right?
I stored them inside the guitar with the audio. Oh, wait, that's gone too.
Well, the funny part about it, you can't do that shit anymore because everything's electronic.
True statement.
There are no paper tickets. Yeah.
True statement. One of my favorite stories with you, you and I worked up a hefty bar tab at the Epicurean one night. We had the celebrity cook-off, and I can't wait to bring that back.
Yes.
COVID kind of slowed us down out there, but now that COVID's gone, they're opening back up. But you came out and participated in our celebrity cook-off. And
Right.
God, that was just so much fun, and we raised such great money for the foundation doing that. I know both you and Serena said you'd come back.
Hell yeah.
But every picture we have of you, you're cooking. And every picture we have of Serena, she's on her fucking phone.
Oh, I thought she'd be drinking.
For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Serena Fizan, who JP and her have a show called The Lighter Side of Sports, which you can watch on RSTV, streaming all the time, right?
Yeah. We're launching the app February 1st. It's already up on the web right now, but the mobile app goes February 1st. So yeah, it's RHS TV app. Red House streaming.
Yeah, you guys had me out for an episode of Lighter Side of Sports, and Patrick came out with us, and we brought some students out. Just absolutely a fun time, man.
Oh, dude, those burgers you made were insane. Oh, my God, it's so good. So good. I'm thinking about that right now.
I can't even remember what we called the burger, but it was definitely a VooDoo burger. It wasn't, it was the Persona,
JP
butter bacon,
burger.
Caffeine carb.
The JP
That's all I
burger.
remember.
Don't fucking forget it. Yeah.
You
You told me I had my own burger. It was some Mexican thing, but
own.
it was some Mexican kind of thing. But I love Mexico. I love Mexicans. My first cousins are all Mexicans. I love them. They're fantastic.
On the VooDoo truck, we used to call it the Cholo, but I figured I better not call it that on your show, so I don't even remember what we called it. And then lo and behold, it's now the JP burger. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you're a sports guy extraordinaire. We don't need to go backwards into all that stuff. But right now, tell us what you do for the Lightning before I start getting into, what I want to talk about.
I do their pregame shows and intermission reports on the Jumbotron. So it's kind of an in-house TV station that we have there. So everything you see on the Jumbotron is done by the folks at Lightning Vision. So I come on before the game and tell you all the stats and stories and numbers that you need to know, like, Stamkos is too short of 500. Look for that tonight. It's Victor Hedman's 800th career game. The stinking Panthers suck. Stuff like that. And we have a really good time with it. And if you've ever been to a Lightning game, it's not just about hockey, right? We really put on a good show for you. So that's part of it. That's the weakest part of it, but that's what I do.
Oh, dude, that's absolutely cool. And I love live hockey. It is
so
absolutely amazing.
Yep. So good.
But you and I were texting today, and I'm super excited because, dude, I get to speak my thoughts to people who aren't. I don't want to say our guys aren't knowledgeable, but we have opinions. You're paid for yours, so it makes a difference.
Okay. Fair enough.
I want to tell you what I think, and then I'd love to hear what you think.
All right, hit me.
So I think we win a Super Bowl, and all of a sudden Tom Brady gets even more power, and Bruce Arians is kind of forced into the pasture, and his part of that forcing him in is he gets an office job. And he gets a Ring of Honor allocation, which he's over in the fucking corner, by the way, because he gets a Ring of Honor after 3 years, right?
Where John Gruden used to be.
Oh, shit.
And then,
man, no shit, man. That is the funniest thing ever.
That is fucking funny.
John Gruden down and put Bruce Arians up, man. Right over the top.
That would be a topic for a different day.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of them.
All right, so then we just get the most passive motherfuckers as coaches who don't call out anything. What do you think? Well, I think we're going to look at some tape, and I think we're going to make some adjustments, and I think that we've got room to improve. Okay. But what do you think? I don't know about you, but I've seen more emotion out of this fucking bottle than out of any of our goddamn coaches.
A lot of emotion in that bottle.
I just don't know. I don't know his name. I know it's not Leslie Frazier. Am I right?
No, it's Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles.
Him. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
A great guy.
He's a
Awesome
nice guy. But
fantastic.
You have to have, my opinion, I don't know. I'm not in the locker room, but I don't see this guy getting in anybody's ass. I see him as he might as well coach at Skyway Little League where everybody gets a fucking trophy. Because I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Well, listen, it's not that bad, but I understand what you're saying. Now, there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat, right? There's a lot of ways to win games in the NFL. So I don't necessarily think that the demeanor of a coach determines, how good your football team is going to be. Look, especially in the pros, it's an emotional game. Football is an emotional game. If your head coach isn't emotional, if your head coach isn't a fire-up kind of guy, you got to have some people on your staff that are. Like when Tony Dungy was here.
That guy that got fired today.
Yeah,
I think he was so emotional they had to let him go.
Well, when Tony Dungy was here. Tony obviously is the notorious arms folded guy, but you never want to disappoint Tony. Tony was like your dad, and you just he never he would get on you now in private, but never in public. But he had Herm Edwards on his staff. He had Mike Tomlin on his staff. He had Rod Marinelli on his staff. He had Monty Kiffin on his staff. Now these guys would eat your freaking lunch on a daily basis. They'd be up your ass. Yeah, I mean, so Tony didn't need to be that guy. He had a freaking harem of them that were good that way. And we had Warren Sapp, John Lynch, Derek Rowe. I mean, you had fiery guys. This team, this Buccaneers team, they don't really have anybody like that on their staff. They don't have a whole lot of players that I would call emotional players at all, for the most part. It just and I think that's kind of been part of the problem this year. And I do my problem with Todd Bowles, and by the way, he is an awesome guy. He is a tremendous father. He does so much behind the scenes for other people and never gets any credit or asks any credit, much like yourself. He does. He just, he is as great a human being as you'll ever meet in your life. But being a head football coach of an NFL team is fucking hard. All right. There's about 15 guys in this world that can do it well. All right. So if I say you're not, I just don't think he's a great head coach or a Super Bowl winning head coach. That's not a real knock on a dude. All right. It's like saying, you know what? You're not an Academy Award winner. You know that? You're not. Okay. I think I can handle that. But he's been put in this position, and I just don't think he has that type of intensity. And there's just been a lack of accountability this year. When BA was there, Bruce Arians was there, he would call guys out publicly. Now, not all coaches do that, but BA does. And it's because he has great relationships with his players. And they know that he's not calling them out to embarrass them. He's calling them out to have accountability across the board on the teams, because players don't like that. They don't want to be called out in the public. And, it was kind of his way. And he does the same thing in private. He doesn't say one thing out front and say something else to their face. He says it to their face and then, if somebody asks about it, he doesn't run out to the microphones and start calling people out. If somebody asks, how Tom played, he'd go, not very well. Todd Bowles will never do that. Not once this year did he call out anybody. No matter how many times we asked them, whose fault was this? Whose fault was that? What happened here? What happened there? Nothing. Just like you said, well, we got to coach it better. We got to play it better. We got to coach it better. We got to play it better. All fucking year long. And it never got any better. So all I can go on is the accountability on the field. If you're making, mistakes like they did last night, leaving CeeDee Lamb wide ass open on for a touchdown, and we asked him about that, he goes, yeah, that's first day install. That's basic coverage that they blew. Well, why are they still doing it in week 19? And they've been doing it all year. That didn't happen when BA was here, not much. So you look at a team and look at the way they play. And this team has zero accountability because they make the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. He has created a culture that you're either coaching it or you're allowing it to happen. And you can't do that in the NFL. You look at this team as a whole, and that's what they are. They are underachieving, too many mistakes, no fire, don't play hard. I mean, Tom Brady said in the middle of the year on his well-sponsored podcast, not to us because he doesn't, give us the good stuff because we ain't paying him, and I ain't hating on that. But his well-sponsored podcast, he said, our game day effort is embarrassing. You cannot say anything worse about a head coach. If you say that our game day effort is embarrassing, that's honestly, I think it's the worst thing you can say about a coach, because that's his job. His job is to get you to play as hard as you can, and the guys know if they don't, then they're out. They're gone. No accountability on this team, in my opinion. So there you go. There's my thoughts on Todd Bowles. Love him as a defensive coordinator, not a good head coach.
I agree, and I don't know if you saw, there was one little film clip that I did see that slipped out. He came in the locker room and he goes, "Come on, guys." I mean, I don't know. It was crazy, I know, but hey,
come
we
on,
do have
guys,
questions.
play better.
Exactly right. Come on. I'm so going to hell because, and JP, you're right. He's probably the nicest guy on the planet. I don't have that. I wish I did. I wish I could sit and talk to him, because I'm sure to get to that level. I mean, how many head coaches
and he'd love you? Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
But this
how
is
many
different. This is business.
1,000.
It's business. I'm not saying anything personal about the guy. And again, it's not the most horrible thing to say about somebody that I just don't think he's head coach material. He's a great defensive coordinator. Fantastic. I'm not head coach material. I could never do that job. No fucking way.
Hey, well, I didn't want to say this, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but as head coaches go, you and he have the same amount of Super Bowl titles. We have a question from Donald Dwayne Hill, okay? JP, I've wondered in professional football, it seems like massive amounts of non-essential personnel on the sidelines. And they include me and you when we work for the Bucks. This is an unbelievable distraction to players. Who's in charge of screening that riffraff? That's a real question.
I think this
for
has
you.
some. I think it has something to do with people like you being allowed on the sideline, right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
telling me?
Ed and I were on the sideline, and we didn't do it. Well, I didn't do a damn thing.
Hey,
I know
we
that.
kept listen, we kept people from flattening the cheerleaders, and
True statement.
Very important.
there was a time when they sent me over to get Dion to move, and he gave me some shit, and before I could say two more words, one of those FHP guys came over and said, first we ask you, then we tell you, then we make you how far you want to go. And so he wandered off, and that was that. So some of them are essential, but like when they told us, well, they don't need us down there because it's only essential people. Like, get the fuck out of here. Okay, then how did people like Jimmy Fallon, Kenny Chesney, and Jay-Z get on the field? They're not doing anything. They're just looking good.
I know the answer.
Yeah.
I know the answer, Ed, because they too have the same amount of Super Bowl rings as a head coach as Todd Bowles.
Oh, man. Listen, I wanted to use my connections to run out there after the game because I'm sure I could have bamboozled a couple people. And I wanted to pull the Scooby-Doo because I know if I could have gotten a hold of Bowles' face and pulled it back, like at the end of those old episodes, Lovey Smith was hiding under there. And then it might have been a double reveal because if I took it off Lovey, you'd find Dungy. They all had that same sort of fucking like beige wallpaper, fucking smooth jazz, Applebee's persona. And I liked watching the guys get nasty because I did it for those years that Herm Edwards was there. And he turned as red as that fucking banner, man. He was just vicious.
Yeah.
So,
it's all different styles. And Tony and Lovey, well, Tony obviously won a Super Bowl. Lovey got to a Super Bowl. Tony beat him in that Super Bowl, as a matter of fact. So, I think those guys were good coaches. They had good runs, no question about it. Todd is just kind of a different cat, and those coaches, especially Dungy, his teams played disciplined football, and hard-nosed football. Those are bad motherfuckers, and this team this year, boy, they're anything but that. They don't have a real badass on that defense. They just don't. It's a lack of a lot of stuff on this Bucks team, but we'll see.
To me, it's a reverse snowball because you're not seeing it in the pros because you didn't see it in college and you didn't see it in high school football because the trend is to treat them like young men and don't coach and positive coaching and all that. And I think the way those guys operate, it's a weird blend of a lot of physicality, but a lot of emotionality at the same time too. So you got basically actors trapped in athletes' bodies. The only way you're going to get through to them is just crawl up their ass. I think, I even saw more this weekend because I watched most of the games, not all of them. I even quit like 5-10 minutes early on the Bucks game because ironically my stomach was really upset.
I can imagine.
So that was it. After a trip to the Porcelain God, I was passed out by 11 o'clock. It was great. I just found out what happened next morning, but
it was over by then.
Yeah, I saw more out of Trevor Lawrence, and I know I can't remember. I don't know how his college coach or his high school coach would have been, but you just got more like passion out of that kid. So it hasn't been totally coached out of this younger generation to not yell at anybody or be yelled at.
I think every coach has a different, way of motivating their players. I think, and I don't think one way is better than another, but you got to understand the great coaches, I think, understand how to motivate particular individuals. Everybody gets motivated differently. Some guys need a kick in the ass. Some guys, you got to get up their ass. Other guys, you don't need to say anything to them. You you can embarrass them. That'll get them going, or you can sit them down on the bench for a series or two. That'll get them going. But I think the good coaches know how to push their buttons, and a lot of players react differently. So,
JP, you're talking about leadership 101. It's about the relationship, and you have to know the people,
right?
And you have to know how to motivate them as individuals so that they can come together collectively as a team. And when you're sitting there with a scheme book, looking at X's and O's on a piece of paper, you can be the most amazing guy doing that, as long as you have somebody atop of you, aside of you, like you were saying, that is that guy. And that guy has to be at the top. Yeah, and it's not happening. And it's horrible. And it's disheartening to see, because if you look at the talent pool on our team, I mean, I remember years there like, our football team's just so mega talented. And I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? I mean, it's like we were watching the Cleveland Indian movie, and it's like Wild Things playing, and here they come, and you don't know these motherfuckers.
Major League. I love it.
Didn't Corbin Bernstein once play on our team, I think?
Yes, yes.
Right? I mean, but we got some motherfuckers. I mean, this cat Julio Jones, holy cow, that guy's a stud, man. Where's he been? Atlanta. Hey, Don Hill has another question. Is there an expected dress code for head coaches and staff? Many new coaches do not look professional, and he finds it disrespectful. What is there a dress code?
Remember the old days when Hank Stram would wear a suit? Remember Hank Stram of the Chiefs? Tom Landry, he'd wear a suit, right? Tom Landry would wear a suit, the fedora. Remember that? The Tom Landry hat. Don Shula would wear suits. I don't know when that stopped, and then they started issuing gear for every game. Like now, the coaches all dress the same. It's usually some slogan or some merchandise that the NFL is selling, or they're ripping off, getting you to donate, buy shirts for 7 times the normal price to support breast cancer, and while they pocket all the money, bunch of horse shit. But it's just another marketing ploy for the NFL. Now they all dress alike. The crucial catch, save the titties, whatever,
and
which I'm for, by the way. Yeah,
he's
I'm all for.
We're gonna give the last question here. He wants to know. I lost it. Your opinion on Brady's attempted soccer slide tackle.
Oh my God! What the was? We were last night, little inside football here. I'm sitting in the press box, and the 4 guys in front of us are the Cowboys PR staff. All right. So these guys are, just ultra sensitive about anything, anti-Cowboy. So Brady goes and tries to make that tackle, which was hilarious. And they came unglued. They all, oh my God, you see that? That's an unsportsmanlike conduct. You tried to slide tackle on that guy. Like they were so indignant about, oh my God, Brady. I'm like, it's a slide tackle, bro. You ain't gonna hurt anybody with that. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah. That wasn't half as bad as the interception he threw. And this is kind of a taboo thing, because me, man, I don't hold my tongue. I'm the first one to say the emperor has no clothes, right? So that interception that Brady threw last night, and look, Brady's the GOAT. He's the greatest to ever do it. Best thing ever happened to this franchise is him coming here and winning a Super Bowl. We owe Tom Brady everything, all right? But let's keep it real about how he's played this year. He's been bad. He's been really bad. A lot of bad stuff going on around him. It's not all his fault. It's not what I'm saying. But he's been bad. He has not held up his part of the bargain this year at all. So last night, in that interception he throws, he's trying to throw the ball away, but he doesn't want to get hit. And you can't – and Marcus Spears said it on ESPN today. We said it this morning. I've been saying it for a while. You can't play football and not want to get hit. It's not flag football yet. It's pretty damn close, especially for the quarterbacks. But it's not flag football yet. And he will not stand in there and take a hit. He won't. He won't do it. And he on that play, he didn't have anybody to throw to. Guy was coming at him, and he turns around, and throws it away like this off his back foot, and doesn't get enough on it to get it out of the end zone and throws a pick that pretty much cost him the game. And now, because you don't want to get hit, you can't stand in there and get it enough, juice to get it out of the end zone and take a hit every once in a while. I mean, again, he's the greatest to ever do it, but he's trying to play now without getting hit. And it hampers the offense because he gets the ball out so quick and doesn't let the routes develop. They can't call any plays where he's going to get hit or put him in any danger at all. So, I mean, if you're going to have Brady, you got to have everything perfect. You got to have the best offensive line in the world ever, an iron curtain in front of him so nobody touches him. Good luck with finding that every year. You got to have 3 of the best receivers in the game, which, when they had Antonio Brown, Godwin, and Evans, they had the 3 best. And you have a pretty damn good tight end in Gronkowski. If you have all that, if you could somehow get all that, which is very rare, Brady can win with you. But if you don't have that, you saw at the end of last year when Godwin got hurt and AB was gone, the offense was horrible. And then all of this year, the offense has been awful, horrible, because he doesn't have all that around him. So that's the deal you make if you bring Brady back. It's a deal with the devil. You've got to get everything around him that has to be perfect or it ain't going to work. And it's hard to get that. You get one injury like we had to Ryan Jensen, and it all goes to shit.
Well, the left side of their line, I could have got those fat fuck aliens from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy to do better. The Vogons just kind of waddled around and drooled and slobbered and just looked fat and disgusting. Because that's what they want.
Oh, man. I got to
I
get
think
you
he
on
had
my
no
show.
clue what he was getting into tonight.
Yeah, he's great. JP
Never
was
quite heard it explained like that, but I get you, bro.
Because if you ever see that movie and you see him just waddle around, that's exactly what they were all year. It never got any better. It was just a clown show without the amusement of trying to cram 8 of them in a fucking dinky little trapon. But you're my all-time favorite sports guy anyway. Used to be on the air. The only other guy that was close to you as far as the honesty was probably Chris Thomas, but my God.
That's my mentor.
Oh, my God.
My mentor.
He would sometimes say something and just stop, and you could hear the people, the camera guys in the background just cackling like it was the greatest ever. And I don't see that anymore. It's just not there.
No, man. Everybody's so timid. They don't want to lose their jobs. They don't want to say the wrong thing. It's all vanilla, man. It's all vanilla. That's why I can't keep a job, bro. That's why I can't keep a job. They say, like, dude, you can't say that. I'm like, it's the truth. Stu Sternberg's a thief. He's a thief. He's stealing money.
I said it earlier in the podcast. Sean Fleener's saying it now. We're dealing with fucking snowflakes all around our team, and we got to get past that. So as we look at that, I think the first question, Brian Leftwich got let go today. Are there more coaches? Apparently. No, he did not?
I think they jumped the gun on that. It was a case of wishful thinking or wishful drinking, one of them.
The Pewter Report, which is really good website, one of the best covering the box, if not the best. Scott Reynolds, good friend of mine, runs that. He's been telling us for about 3 weeks now that the Bucs are going to fire Byron Leftwich. So they wrote the story today that he's going to be fired in the next couple days. It's not official yet. And Bowles did a press conference today. And, of course, he couldn't come out and say he's going to fire anybody. He can't say it. He'll wait till somebody sends out a press release because he can't stand at a podium and say, I'm firing this guy. So, whatever. But I believe Scott Reynolds when he said
telling him to fire him.
Yeah. I believe him when he said that. So I think that's not official yet, but it's coming in the next few days.
He's got to be given a chance to hire his own people. Everybody he had was Arians' leftovers. So, I'd like to see him bring in somebody else that can handle. If they're going to re-sign Brady, you got to have a coach that knows how to deal with a drop-back passer, like a Frank Reich or Bill O'Brien. None of the newer guys do. And I'd love to have Cliff Kingsbury, but I think he's off bone and tie horse. And bravo to him, sir. He gets the gator ball.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. Yeah, when you're a good looking, young single guy, and you say I'm taking my money, I'm going to Thailand. Yeah, antenna comes up. I'm just saying. But listen, I think honestly, and this is where I get in trouble again with all the Brady fans. If you think, I just want everybody can explain this to me. So Byron Leftwich was great calling plays the last 2 years. We got to a Super Bowl. We scored 30 points last year. So this year, Bruce Arians is gone, and suddenly Byron Leftwich can't coach a lick, and the offense goes in the toilet. I'm here to tell you that it's not just that BA left, but Tom Brady is the de facto offensive coordinator. Byron Leftwich, I don't even know if he's calling the plays. He's calling the plays, but Brady's going, yeah, got it. All right, here's what we're going to do. In the huddle. Brady controls this offense. He controls the offense. He picks the plays. He puts the game plan together. And, what they need to do is bring in somebody who will tell Tom Brady no. They needed to bring in somebody. I'll get rid of all the yes men, because that's what Byron is. Byron is a yes man, and that's what he's been told to do. Whatever Tom wants, give Tom what he wants. And that's the way this organization has been. And for the most part, it's a pretty good idea. But sometimes you got to say no. No, Tom, we need to run the football. Sorry, we can't throw the ball 66 times a game. That's not a good idea. I know you want to, but that's a really bad idea. So I think I'm not here to defend Byron Leftwich, because I don't think he's a good offensive coordinator. But for everybody that thinks we're going to fire Byron and everything's going to be good, I don't know about that.
So the $1 million question, is Brady coming back?
How the fuck do I know?
I want your
Well,
opinion.
I was the first one to say Brady's coming here when I said it, and everybody said I was crazy. The day after Jameis threw the pick six to end his career and went into the press conference and said, check your sheet, I'm balling. I said the next day, Tom Brady's going to be our quarterback here next year. And I also broke the story that he was coming here. So I've had a pretty good feel on what's going on with Brady throughout this whole thing. We also broke the story that he's getting divorced, and that his 11-day break was all about putting his marriage back together. We had all that shit because I got good sources in South Tampa, baby. I got good sources. You want to know about divorces? You know where you go? Divorces on Davis Islands? You go to Davis Islands Coffee Bar and talk to all the girls in the Lululemon pants, and you get all the information you need to know about who's getting divorced and who's not getting divorced. So we were all over that shit. We were all over it. So I can tell you without question that Tom Brady doesn't know what Tom Brady's going to do. I'm telling you, he has not made up his mind, and he can't make up his mind because he doesn't know what his options are. All right? Miami Dolphins said yesterday that Tua is their guy. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. That's what they have to say. So I think the Dolphins are an option. I think the Saints are an option that people aren't talking about. If Sean Payton comes back to New Orleans, they got a good defense, and they got some pieces on offense and a good offensive line, a pretty good offensive line. But I think it's between Miami, Tampa, and the Saints, and I'd say New York is the Jets are a wild card.
Patrick.
Jets are a wild card. Because Sal Palantonio came on my show this week and said, don't rule out the Jets, because his son, Brady's son, lives in New York.
Yeah.
One of his sons lives in New York, his older son, and he's starting to play football. So I think, and he's always been near his two younger sons, or his other kids here. But I think, so I think that's an option. I think it's an option. And I think he's gonna look at all of his options. And you can, honestly, there's a little bit of backlash here today. If you're looking at the media, there's a lot of people in the media that started saying, it may be time. Father Time may have caught up with him. So, and I think all these other franchises need to understand what I just said earlier. You got to have everything around him, or it ain't gonna work. So you better have all your ducks in a row. If you're going to bring Brady in, he's not going to elevate everybody else like he used to. He needs all those toys, and then he can orchestrate. He can do it. But I also think now he can't – if he's going to play one more year, he can't play like he did this year, which is to just avoid all hits. Just I'm gonna get the ball out. I'm not gonna take any hits. You can't play that way. Can't.
You know, everybody, you're talking about taking the hit, JP. I got to tell you, when Ed and I stood on those sidelines, you know,
brutal.
That thing, it moves so fast. Watching it on TV does not demonstrate how fast this game moves. It does not demonstrate how big these guys are in those pads. And I'm going to tell you, when they started running at the sideline where I was standing, I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm 6'7", 240. I'm 6 feet tall and about a solid 300 pounds. I got the fuck out of the way. So,
Sure.
you know, when you talk about the guy doesn't want to get hit, I get it. But I'm also not
me too.
making $25 million a year.
Right. No,
You know?
listen, he's smart in that, because if he does get hit, he ain't going to be able to finish the season. And that's why he does it most of the time. But you can't win in this league like that. Not playing, you can't. You just can't.
Mhm.
Sometimes, I'm not saying he has to sit there and take a beating every game, but sometimes, 5 to 10 times a game, you got to stand in there when the guy's coming right at you and hold it to that second till your guy comes open, deliver the football, and take it right in the chest. You got to do it. That's your job.
That's the key right there.
That's your job.
That's your job.
You don't have to do it every play, but that's your job. And, they protect the quarterback now. You can't land on him. You got to hit him to the side. You got to hit him up top, but every once in a while you got to take it. And, he's 45. You can't do it.
The play that pissed me off the most yesterday, the play where he looked like he was going to actually pull the ball down and run, and he took about 3 steps and then did the toss to Godwin so that Godwin would get smashed instead of him. Godwin
that's his job.
Destroyed on that fucking play.
He got crushed.
Oh my God. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted like I'm calling Brady a pussy. I'm not.
Oh, no way.
I'm not.
Not at all.
You can't get on that field unless you have major onions. Well, I've seen some guys. Yeah, but he's got all the courage you need. And he took those hits for years and years and years and years. So I'm not saying he's a pussy. What I'm saying is he's playing not to get hurt and not to and playing not to get hit. And you can't.
Dude.
And he's doing it for a reason, so he can keep playing. But you really, to be effective, you got to be able to take some of those hits.
100% what I heard, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't be a dick. Because you know what? I ain't standing behind there having somebody throw that ball at me with motherfuckers run into it. Fuck no, man.
No, me neither.
No.
I'll tell you right now, I'm going to say this. The biggest issue they got for next year, they're like a guy, they're like a dude that got turned loose in the Total Wine, but all he had money for was like a 6-pack of Old Milwaukee. They're like 50-some million over the cap, and I would not want to be Mike Greenberg being tasked with finding a way to fit all this shit. Fuck. I know it's full of loopholes, but man, that's a looming problem, because the last time somebody was way the fuck over and it's still killing them, it was the Saints, because didn't they dump all that money into Breeze, and they knew it was going to screw them years later, and now look what they got. They got Jameis and some guys that I'm pretty sure I saw their last cornerback. He just pulled up at my house and delivered some coffee filters from Amazon.
Well, I could. This is interesting. One of the guys at Pewter Report did the numbers on this. If Brady stays, and they pay him say $30 million this year, right? That means that they can continue out the dead money on his contract. So if he stays, they could actually, and they renegotiate contracts, and they cut Donovan Smith, Ryan Suckup, Leonard Fournette, and Cam Brate, all right? And they redo contracts. They'll have about $65 million in cap money to spend, and that's not including Brady's salary. So that's not included. So they'd have Brady and another $65 million to spend. If Brady retires or goes somewhere else, his dead cap hit is going to be $34 million. So if he doesn't come back, we are so fucked. We are so we're going to be starting Kyle Trask and throwing to JP Peterson and Ed Carr and Patrick and VooDoo Chef. We are so fucked.
I'm going to be the left tackle.
I want to be Todd Bowles' assistant because I ain't getting on the fucking field, man. Bad guy.
After the
I'll
way
say
you trashed his
you
ass
won't.
tonight, I don't think that's happening, buddy. I don't think that's happening.
Hey, I heard one more rumor, and then we're gonna play some VooDoo games and let you go, man.
All right.
I heard Las Vegas is an option for Tom Brady. Can you talk to that?
Yeah, I don't think it's an option. Everybody's making the connection because Josh McDaniels, his old offensive coordinator, is the head coach there, and they got some nice weapons, but their offensive line is not good. Their defense is awful. The whole freaking organization is a train wreck with that Mark Davis bowl cut bullshit, Dumb and Dumber haircut he's got on. His fucking tracksuit. God, that guy's a freaking disaster, man. And it's no, and it's out west, so he's going to be away from his kids. He never see his kids. I don't think that's happening. I don't think San Francisco's happening. I think San Francisco will be a good fit, but shit, I can play quarterback for that team and win. But that I just don't see him going outside of the East Coast. I just don't see that happening because he's very serious about being a dad. He's a great dad, and that's not what great dads do. So I don't see that happening.
Good point there. Good point. Yeah. All right, JP, we're gonna call out all our VooDoos out there, and if you want to get in to play a little VooDoo games with us, you're gonna need to start logging in quick because we're gonna put JP to the test here, and we're gonna see how he fares against the VooDoos here in a little bit of trivia that we like to call VooDoo games. So I hope you're ready, JP.
Let's go.
As everybody starts checking in, I'll tell you the rules real quick. Patrick, just so we can get people in who want to play, what category of trivia are we playing tonight?
So tonight we have professional Tampa Bay sports trivia. So I have 3 to 4 questions about the Bucks, 3 to 4 about the Lightning, and 3 to 4 about the Rays.
So you just are you kissing JP's ass or what?
Let's go.
Where's Championship Wrestling from Florida, where I might have had a shot?
I feel like the episode on Cheers where Cliff Clavin is on Jeopardy, and like every category is male men who drink, men who live in the basement. Like everything, like every category is like about his life. It's like a dream. So now Cliff got all the questions right, so I'll probably fuck it up. But let's go.
Well, hey, the rules are real simple. Patrick will read a question. If you think you know the answer, you simply shout out your name. Please do not answer until you're called upon. And Patrick has the final rule. His ruling counts. So if he hears somebody else before you, tough shit. If you get the question right, you'll receive 1 point. If you don't, there is no penalty for a wrong answer. The other people will have a chance to answer, and we will move on. The person with the most points at the end of the game is the winner. And tonight's winner will have their name into a drawing where they could be selected the winner of a prize to be named at a later date. So good luck, my friend. All right.
Which is another word of saying you don't get shit.
No. JP, you're going to get the same thing you won in trivia last time you played with us.
Yes.
Send me another bag of dirt. How about that?
Dude, I could make that happen, but it's not going to be a bag of dirt. I will make you a batch of dirt myself so you can have the fresh product and not the processed one. All right. With all that said, if anybody wants to jump in, now is the time. Click on that link and start popping in. We'll give you about 1 more minute to do so. If nobody pops in, we will start without them. We do have one last question, JP, while we're waiting for people. We have some folks. What the fuck?
More questions.
JP's like, no, I'm out. Yeah, no soup for you. All right, we've been doing some little takes on who we think our final Super Bowl team is. Big Eddie C, Patrick, and I think Don Hill all said the Chiefs. Sean Fleener and myself, we're going with the 49ers. And some guy named George, who we really don't like that much, said Dallas. I'm just kidding, George. We love you, man. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, JP?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs and the 49ers are the best teams. And, it's going to come down to the better quarterback. And as well as I've seen Brock Purdy play, I think it's Patrick Mahomes that will be lifting the Lombardi trophy.
I hope you are right on your predictions of who makes it, but I hope Purdy picks that trophy up because my brother IFA is from Ames, Iowa, and they'll get to go
Nice.
see that guy.
Nice.
All right, here we go. We had
Mr.
no
Irrelevant,
takers
yeah.
on tonight, Mr. Irrelevant. They're all afraid of you, JP, but I'm not. I'll lose with pride.
Let's
nobody
go.
here is. Nobody's going to yell at me to do better. I mean, I got my Todd Bowles bobblehead over there. He's going, you can do it. All right, Patrick, you are up.
All right. So our first
Jeepers, guys, let's go.
our first three questions are Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right. So question number 1: who was the first head coach of the Tampa Bay Bucs?
What happened?
VooDoo.
McKay.
John McKay. Correct.
Rippy.
All right. Already got the answer there,
that was
JP.
quick.
VooDoo came in first. About 10 seconds too late.
He got it. He didn't say which
He
McKay,
did.
though. So it could have been. Yeah, he didn't give up which McKay, but I'll give it to him.
But his son wasn't a coach.
I know, but you could have got it wrong and said Rich. But I'll give it to you.
Okay, John, thanks for telling me, designating
Next.
who was who.
Next question.
All right, question number 2. Question 2. What quarterback led the Bucs to their first winning season? VooDoo.
DeBerg.
Nope. JP. Doug Williams.
Doug Williams. Yep, first winning season. Doug Williams.
There you go.
Bird, you got all fucked up because we were talking about Brady. You got your old farts confused, man.
I was going to say Doug Williams, but I figured that was too easy an answer.
No, you got all fucking geriatric, man. Go take your Flintstones vitamins.
Take your Prevagen.
All right, question number 3. Who was the Bucs' first player drafted in the 1976 NFL draft? VooDoo.
Selman.
Yep, Leroy
That's
Selman.
right.
Leroy, not Dewey.
All right, at the end of 3, I got 2 points VooDoo, 1 point JP. Next 3 questions are about the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, I might as well just sit down.
All right, question 4. What was the first team the Tampa Bay Lightning ever beat in a playoff series?
VooDoo. Flyers.
Not
JP.
correct. JP.
In a playoff game?
In a playoff series.
Oh, a series. That would have to be the Island.
Eric, you fucking with him here?
Not doing nothing. Not me.
I can't hear anything.
You were breaking up there. I didn't hear your answer.
I said the Islanders.
Islanders. Islanders are not correct. Ed, you got a guess?
Oh, damn.
I know it's wrong because Don Hill already put it up, and I'm not going to cheat. I was going to say the Rangers.
Rangers are not correct. Correct answer was the Washington Capitals.
Oh, fuck, he was wrong too. Shit.
All right, question number 5. What Tampa Bay 1996 7th-round draft pick scored his first NHL goal in 1997?
VooDoo. VooDoo. Cavier.
Not correct.
Repeat the question, please.
Sure. What Tampa Bay 1996 seventh round draft pick scored his first NHL goal in the 97-98 season?
Christ. Oh, can't be Hammerlick because he was a first round pick. I have a sixth round pick. Scored his first goal the next. I have no freaking idea. No idea.
And you get Ed?
No clue.
It's the guy I met at James Joyce.
Might have been, but so the correct answer was Pavel Kubina.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Who the fuck? Weren't
not
they
a
on the
sixth-round
Olympic
pick.
gymnastic team?
Seven.
He wasn't a sixth or seventh round pick. He was like a first round pick.
It's not what the page I had said.
I thought that person
Maybe
was
the
on the
sixth
Olympic
overall
gymnastic
pick.
team.
Yeah, he was a high draft, man.
Yeah, not a sixth round. He was the sixth overall pick. So you threw me off with that because I was going to say, yeah. So all right,
Fair enough.
Moron.
So you're saying if I win, there's going to be an asterisk?
Of course, isn't there always?
Always.
It's going to be a Sam win.
All right, and the last question for the Lightning.
Thank God.
Question number 6. Which team did the Lightning trade Wendell Clark to in March of 1996?
VooDoo.
JP.
VooDoo.
Flyers.
Not correct. JP.
Rangers.
Not correct. Ed.
Carolina.
Not correct. Correct answer was the Detroit Red Wings.
My second guess was who gives a fuck, just so you know.
So
Those were awful fucking questions, by the way. Terrible.
All right. So at the end of question 6, 2 points for VooDoo and 1 point for JP. So still keeping it close. Last 3 questions are all about the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, fuck that.
Let's just say Devil Rays because they're all older questions. All right. In what year did the Tampa Bay Devil Rays come into the Major League?
JP.
1998. 98 is correct.
I was there for the first game, and I was not. Those motherfuckers wouldn't not credential me when I was working at Channel 44. So you know what I did? I snuck in and did a story anyway.
Damn.
How about that shit?
Damn.
And I
JP
said it was like Mission Impossible. I played the Mission Impossible theme, and I had the camera with me, and we went around till we bullshitted our way in and got down on the field and everything without any credentials. And I did the story.
Oh my God.
So
That's awesome.
Your credentials are now officially BAMF.
oh, they revoked my credentials a long time ago. Because I talked the truth about Stuart Sternberg, their owner. They don't like that.
People don't like the truth, man.
They really don't. They really don't.
They say
Powerful
they do.
people do not like the truth. They really don't.
They say they do until the truth turns on them.
Exactly. They only like the truth when they can control it. That's what they like.
Yeah.
Next question. I'm on a roll.
All right, question number 8. What position did Rocco Baldelli play for Tampa Bay? in 2000? JP.
Center field.
Center field is correct.
Shit, that's right.
Put me in
I
coach.
knew that one.
Well, I was going to say first base, so fuck that.
All right, question number 9. Last Rays question. Who was the first manager in Rays history?
VooDoo.
JP.
VooDoo.
Sure. His name is fuck. He's related to Brenda Rouse. Oh my God.
Jason Morey.
No. Wait, I actually know the name.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. He's fuck.
Time's up.
Yeah.
JP.
All
right, JP.
Larry Rothschild.
Larry Rothschild.
All right, for the record, I wasn't going to say him. I was going to say Pinella.
No, he was third. Rothschild, the great Hal McRae. Remember Hal McRae?
Oh
The
man.
great Hal McRae, and then Lynn Blue Pinella.
JP, you know what I remember about you know what I know about baseball and the Rays game?
What's that?
The first time I was ever there was with you in a suite for FRLA because you were creating videos to help promote the culinary student for the state of Florida, and you put our guys up on the big jumbotron, and that's where the little relationship here began, and I cannot be more grateful for that, my friend.
That was cool, man. That was a fun time. We've had some good times, bro. Let's get some more going on. Let's get the celebrity cook-off going again. Let's get her done.
We're definitely going to do that. But on a more important note, I hope you know that you won tonight's VooDoo Games, and as the winner tonight, you will definitely have your name entered into a drawing where you could be selected, the winner, to have your chance at a prize that could be named as a later date. JP, where can we find you on social media, my friend?
At FanstreamJP, at FanstreamJP, at the JP Peterson Show. Either one of those will do. On Twitter, on Instagram, it's JP Peterson Sports. It's the JP Peterson Show every morning, live from 10 to 12. You can watch it on my Twitter feed, at FanstreamJP, at the JP Peterson Show. You can watch it on our YouTube station, the JP Peterson Show. You can watch it on Facebook, JP Peterson. So find the show. If you want to know what's really going on in Tampa Bay sports with no corporate media bullshit filter, come listen to our show and get the real effing truth.
That's what it's about, man. That's why I love you, man, because you just call it like it is. And you know what? You better be at VooDoo Bash, because I haven't seen you since the first one when we were partying like rock stars with Bon Jovi tribute band. We're going to do the celebrity cook-off. I got to get you the golf tournament.
When's the bash?
The bash is August 13th, my friend.
Okay. Yeah, send me the info. You got a Gasparilla party? What's up with the Gasparilla party?
I'll hit you up tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about it live on air. Too many people they've been texting me all night about it already. So,
well, that's what I won. 2 tickets with my hot-ass girlfriend.
Stick around for 2 minutes, and we'll talk about it. All right?
All right.
2 minutes. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in the VooDoo Chef Podcast. Till next time, we'll see you back here next. Oh, no, 2 Tuesdays. We'll see you in 2 minutes, JP.
All right.